Hey, I'm Coach J.
I'm the G-Man.
We've built this podcast for the hardworking men and women of the automotive community.
Some of you will listen and be entertained.
Others will listen and apply.
Our purpose is to provide both.
Welcome to the Hard Shop Life.
All right, here we are again, Love Lines with Coach J and The
G-Man.
All right, sorry, wrong show.
I'm on the wrong show.
Wrong show. Hard Shop Life.
I gotta exit the building.
Come on, bro. I'm single J now, bro. I'm single J. Let's go.
Yeah, single J is an animal.
I am an animal, bro.
Single J is a voracious appetite,
Dude,
I would say.
Like, seriously, man.
It's like Super J.
For real, dude. Give me a little Def Leppard. Give me that background music.
It's like the Godzilla version of J.
For real, dude.
What do they call it? Titans. Titan J.
Yeah. All right, so G-Man, welcome back. It's Hard Shop Life. It's so great to be in your presence.
How'd your wives? How'd your sisters? How'd your mother?
Had them all, bro. I'm coming after them, all of them. So G-Man, G-Man.
Yes, sir.
G-Man, you are the bearer of great advice in this episode.
Oh no!
You want to talk about the good stuff? What do we have on the agenda for today?
What I was suggesting we talk about today is a topic. I think it's on everybody's mind, and you might be in a situation where it's not affecting you. But one thing that's it's the economy, right? It's what's happening in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
How are things changing for us in the auto industry? And I mean. Yeah, I don't want to be a doom and gloomer, but I mean, you got to be deaf not to pay attention to the news today. Deaf and blind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're in a bit of a economic slump. Interest rates are high. Inflation's been high for a while, and I think all these factors are making people tighten their belts. I mean, geez, it wasn't that long ago we were getting, on the sales side, these guys were just blowing cars out $5,000, $10,000 a copy. And customers were lined up to spend whatever it took. You were selling used cars for more than new cars. I remember that. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
I mean, geez, and I think it that switch flipped on us. And it's funny. I was talking to my daughter the other day, and was telling her, she was going through a rough time. And I told her, I said, look, my favorite quote of all time is things can be, so good or so bad for so long before they change. And so basically it's like the good times, they're great when they're there and you enjoy them, but you have to understand they're not going to last forever. The highs don't last forever. And then you're going to go into a winter, season, and you're going to have a bad year or bad season, and that's also not going to last forever, and you got to wait it out because eventually it's going to come back up. I mean, I've been through 3 recessions now in my life, and actually 4 now, and each time it's come back stronger, so you kind of have to stay in it. And I think we're in that right now. We're kind of like watching that. We're seeing car sales start to taper off again.
Yep.
Belts are tightening.
Yep.
We're seeing traffic. Like, I mean, we were just talking about this, right? Like we used to go into a store. I just remember this like it was yesterday, 10 years ago, when I started doing this, traveling and consulting gig. And we go into a store. The first thing you would ask everybody is, how many appointments do you have today?
Yeah.
Right? And then we went through like a period where we just didn't ask that anymore.
Nobody cared.
Yeah.
Well, because we were busy. Everybody's busy. It's just rolling.
We had almost more than we can handle.
Yeah.
We didn't want any more.
Yeah. The question was, how many days out are we?
Yes.
How many days out are we? Right?
We had a store at one point was booked out a month. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
And so, like, when you're booked out a month, am I asking you how many appointments? You're taking in what you can. You're not taking in anymore.
Right.
But now, I find myself, and you and I were talking about it just the other day. Today, I find myself asking that question.
Can I be honest with you, G-Man? The one thing that sticks out to me in this new economy is people are not screaming for technicians as much as they did before.
I know. Have you noticed?
I've noticed.
It quieted down.
Very quieted down. We're paying all the money.
Yep.
They're making all the money. The gross profits are not where they used to be, right? Because we paid all this money, right? Cars, massive reduction, right? And it's funny to me because to me, I'm thinking that we don't have this car count coming in. We haven't sold cars for 3 years. I mean, let me tell you something. COVID-19 is now 5 years ago.
Wow.
5 years ago.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Now people are gonna, well, Coach J, which by the way, my name is Single J.
Single J. No more Coach J.
No,
Single
yes,
J.
Single J. So yeah, people are like, hey, Coach J, listen, but some places were affected in 2020, some places were 2021, some places were 2022. Either way, man, like we're on the other end of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we were in places like, especially on the coasts where like it hit right away. Like
it was bad.
Immediately everything shut down. And then we were in places in the Midwest, some of the smaller areas where, God, it was almost the end of 2020 before they really did anything, the middle end of 2020 before they put masks on or shut businesses down or, had social distancing or anything like that. So everybody got affected a little bit different. But at the end of the day, everybody got affected. Everybody got affected. And most importantly, the inventory levels of new cars just almost went to zero. I mean, it was like it was a trickle.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Yeah, and so that's gonna affect us in the service industry. Like you said, it's almost 5 years. Like 3 years from that moment, you're going to start to feel that.
Right.
And we're feeling it.
Yeah,
I agree. We're feeling that pinch.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it happened in 2008, right? Remember when the housing bubble popped?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's using their equity to buy a car, and everybody had money flowing out of their pockets, and then it popped, and then car sales went to an all-time low, and then they hovered down there for a little while, and then they took off like a rocket, and they shot up. And we had 10 years of unbridled growth, and and so we're there now. So to question, number one, I think it's you don't want to be doom and gloom. You don't want to say the sky's falling, but you also want to pay attention to the signs. And what are the signs? Well, number one, you start asking how many appointments we have today,
right?
Because you're not hitting the number.
It's a metric.
We have several stores that are 10, 20, 30 appointments behind for the day, and so that's important to recognize because if you're off by a couple hundred cars a month, that's a lot of money. And you're not going to hit your numbers. You're not going to hit your gross goals if you don't have the numbers. And you can't support the techs. We just talked about paying all the money for these techs.
One word of advice then, and then I'm going to go straight into some solutions here. It's not that hard, right? Every time when I go in and when we go in, G-Man, we ask how many appointments we have. Oh man, we only have 40 appointments. We used to have 70 appointments.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then I go into the business development center, the call center, whatever you want to call it. I said, hey everybody, how are we doing? Well, the phones aren't ringing like they used to. So what are you doing with your time? Right?
Yep.
And so it's universal. Everybody says it. Yeah, the phones are not ringing.
Yeah.
When the phones don't ring, what do you think we can do?
Yeah.
Pick up the phone and start calling.
Yeah.
Like, what are the recommendations? Where are people? People would appreciate that. Hey, how have you been? We haven't seen you for 6 months. And everybody wants automation. Well, we have so-and-so that sends out text messages and emails every so often. Oh, I got this, whatever. Like, listen, what happened to the love of human connection? Like, pick up the phone. Perfect example, G-Man. Single J. I'm single J now, right? No, I'm just saying single J. I'm single J.
Single J.
Right? Single J.
Okay.
Right?
It's not double J.
So now as single J, the one question I get all the time is, hey, how many apps are you on? Are you swiping left? Are you swiping right? Look, I am app free. Bro, I am app free, bro. I'm old school, right? Listen,
I haven't even thought about that.
Think about it.
That's
bro.
an untapped resource for you.
For real. But I'm not going to get on the apps, bro. I'm old school. Like, listen, people are like, oh, how are you doing?
Oh, man.
What apps are you on? Or what? I'm like, look, bro, like, listen, I'm not putting myself on a billboard. I'm just going to do old-fashioned stuff. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to be like, hey, how you doing?
You're a walking billboard, man.
Bro, I walk around. I'm like, hey, you're beautiful. What's your name?
Man.
How are you doing? What's going on? Right? Like, what happened to the art? Like, do you know how many people I've spoken to, G-Man, that are like, wow, like, oh, hey, what's your handle? What's this? What's your snap count?
Yeah.
My snap count?
Yeah.
Look,
yeah, right.
I think I have a camera that might have known that back in 2008, but my snap count, I don't know what you're talking about. But you know what I'm saying?
I got to
like,
get my film developed. I think my snap count's almost
right, bro. Like, seriously, I'm from the world of Polaroid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Right?
I hear you.
But that's I'm not trying to age myself. I'm just telling you, like, you sometimes have to go back to the fundamental things that got us there, even back then, because you're right. Things have changed. We've had a lot of resets. Yeah. We've had a lot of resets, right? Yeah. And we live in a world where, yes, there's avid information, but nobody trusts anybody anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like nowadays, perfect example. I was the other day, I had gone somewhere, and I don't even remember what it was. Like I walked into a store, we were talking, whatever. That's what it was. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, Lenox Mall. I walk in, I go into the store that you said I should go see, and it was Untucked.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm Untucked. You better send me some sponsorship money. But I go in this, and I meet this guy. You know what he says to me? "Hello, sir. Welcome to the store." And he literally reaches out his hand to shake mine.
Is that crazy thing? Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
I said, "Bro, this is." I shook his hand. He goes, "Welcome to our store. How can I help you?"
Like what a simple thing, and what a strong message.
Bro.
You know what I mean? What a strong sentiment.
Yeah.
I mean, we went for a year and a half where you didn't come within 6 feet of somebody.
G-Man, do you know what he said to me without saying anything to me? "Do you trust me?"
Mm-hmm.
"I'm giving you my hand. Do you trust me?" I'm like, dude, this guy, and I could do a bunch of things like, are you clean? Are you not clean? Did you just go back from the restroom? I don't have a clue. But I took the leap of faith, and I said, I shook the guy's hand, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Right? And the guy was like, "Hey, I'm here to help you. How can we do? How can we make you look the best? Whatever." Dude, by the end of it, the guy's just, bro, I think I told you, I bought like 10 shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Some weren't even in the store. They mailed them to me. They said, unfortunately, we know that San Francisco, the Untucked shirt closed at the Union Square. We're thinking of opening one up. Until then, I'd love to be your helper. I'll reach out to you if you need anything. We have a different line of wardrobe and blah, 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 blah. I mean, the guy was just exceptional. Bro, no offense, but way better than Nordstrom's. Mm-hmm. He was way better than Nordstrom's. Guy's name is Frankie. Frankie, big shout out to you.
Yeah.
Frankie, Untucked, Lenox Square Mall, Atlanta, Georgia. Go see him. Outstanding customer service.
Shout out to Frankie.
Yeah, but the thing is that he stood out.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes it was just so simple. It was all the simplicity of the customer service, of being able to do the fundamental things that got us there, are what's allowing us to overcome the challenges that we're being faced with now in business, in anything, in interactions.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. It's like we've been talking with a lot of service managers about this, and they're looking over at the sales department and saying, the good times are over. Now they need to sell cars, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, they got away with it for a long time, but they're not the shining, gooey center of the universe anymore, and we're kind of like, almost, excited about that. But in the end of the day, we have to do the same thing. Like in the service department, we got to get back to the basics. So, you were just talking about BDC, right? And are they reaching out to customers? Are they getting customers in? Do we have too many restrictions in place because we're living in the old world where we didn't want any more appointments? We wanted to maybe turn the tap down a little bit. And so we need to relieve those restrictions. And when the customer lands, are we dealing with them in the appropriate manner? Are we changing? Are we becoming something else to fit? I don't know, man. You could survive in any environment. Customers are going to have cars. Cars are on the road. They're going to need to get cars fixed. And we're in the business of fixing cars. And so it's a good business to be in. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, but
miles.
I gotta disagree with you a little bit. Just a little bit. I think that we're in the business of fixing people too. And what I mean by that,
I agree with that.
Right. What I mean by that is we define what the expectation is on all facets of what a service interaction should be. Mm-hmm. Right. Phone rings. Pick up the phone. Greet people. Be genuine, be cordial, be communicative, right? I think one thing that
that's the thing. If they're thinking about going somewhere else right now, they're thinking, I don't know, I got this garage down the street from me, and it's gonna be cheaper, and maybe I'll just take it there. But if you did those things, you answered the phone, You were nice to him. You were my guy. Jair's my guy. I don't want to go. I don't want to take my car anywhere because that's the guy I trust. Well, then the garage down the street's not going to look as attractive. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. This is where we start bleeding market share.
Exactly.
This is where we start losing. This is why appointments aren't where they need to be. People are they're thinking I'm going to try something else. Don't give them that option.
They should. I'm telling you right now. I have seen time and time again. It blew my mind. It blew my mind. Right when I spoke to I was just talking to a customer on the whatever, and I'm at a store, right? And this customer is upset and all this stuff and whatever, and I'm just like standing around, but I was compelled by their energy, and I said, I'm really sorry what happened. I'm really sorry. And you know what they said? You ghosted me.
Yeah.
They ghosted me. When a customer tells us that we ghosted them, like how much lower can you get? Like how much more shame could that be? You ghosted me.
God. It wasn't that long. I was sitting in a service drive, and we were just like, people are just like freaking out. Oh, I'm so stressed out. We're overwhelmed. We can't take any more cars. Oh my God, I can't believe there's another customer in the drive. And I said, man, I remember days when I would just sit in the drive and look out and hope a customer rolled in, And it's like, you didn't have the opportunity to ghost them. You couldn't ghost them. You couldn't because you didn't take them for granted.
Yeah.
Right? That's taking somebody for granted.
Yeah.
Is when you're like, I'm too busy to call them back.
Yeah. It punched me. It punched me in the face, bro. Like I was waiting. You didn't call me. You didn't talk to me. No, you ghosted me.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, that's the stuff that's got to change. Like, and that's the thing. I think if you're, like I said, not everybody's in this situation, but I will tell you, it's going to pinch everybody. Everybody's going to feel a pinch of it, right? Mm-hmm. Some more than others. And I think a lot of people, like in the major metros and stuff like that, are feeling it a lot sooner than some of the more rural places. But everybody's going to feel it.
Yeah,
because we all felt the car volume go down.
And what I hate too is everybody wants a reference to it being something to do with money. Maybe we're too expensive.
They want to lower their prices. Yeah,
let's lower our price.
Yeah.
These cars have been here for a long time, or we didn't sell cars, so now people are in a pinch, and so let's whatever. And I'm telling you, time and time again, people want convenience more than the price.
Yeah, they want you to be available. They want you to treat them right. Bro, and they'll come there and they'll spend a little bit extra money.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right? Like the other day, one customer, we're at a store, one customer I find out from a service advisor. The service advisor kind of criticizing, but at the same time just blown out of their mind that a person would do that. Mm-hmm. Customer he mentions, the advisor mentions, this customer I just wrote up just drove 40 miles from here. Probably took him over an hour to get here. Never been here before. And I can't believe she did that. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, why? Because she called in yesterday and she said she needed work, and we said we had a loaner for her. Mm-hmm. She's a customer at another dealership, but that dealership had a waiting of 3 weeks for a loaner.
Yeah.
Because we had a loaner. And I'm like, what did she buy? Oh, she bought everything she needed.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have to give a discount?
Right.
No. Oh, so did you have to? What was important for them? I had a loaner for them the very next day.
Yeah, and so think about that for a second. So appointments are coming down.
Yep.
Grosses are coming down, right? And then what do we tack? We attack expense. Yep. And we see loaner cars as an expense. Yep. So we pull back on the fleet. Yep. And we're still, we can't use that now to gain market share. Yep. And customers, they want that. And so if you reversed your thinking and just said, hey, look, things are tightening, people are getting, things are changing in the economy, and we need to adjust. We need to still provide services more than the guy next door, right? Yep. But we also need to review our restrictions, open up our phone lines, get a little bit more aggressive with bringing customers in, treat them a little bit better when they land, and start to change, start to evolve your mentality rather than going and chopping off your expense. And you're just shrinking to the bottom, right? Because you're going to be more restrictive. Somebody else isn't. They're going to take it. And you got to start to evaluate that. Right now, I think, this year, it's an election year. There's a lot of stuff going on. You got to start thinking about the stuff right now. You have to look at it. And if it's not there yet, it's coming. So just start to think about it so you can get through, because we're going to come out the other side. It's going to take off like a rocket, and we're going to be busy as hell again. But right now, it's something you got to start to address.
Yeah, I agree. Well, here's the thing. Can we both agree that the consumer is more emotional than ever before?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, are you emotional? I mean, just
no.
You're not really? Really? You're not emotional, bro?
Am I?
Really? You're not emotional, bro?
Yeah. But I'm not emotional about this.
I mean, you've just gotten numb because of your Cowboys, but that has nothing to do with anything.
God damn you.
I mean, I get it. I
thought I was going to go a couple episodes.
No, bro.
It's
okay. It's okay, bro. The Cowboys, they are what they are, bro. That's fine, right? I mean, if I have to numb you down, that's the way to do it, right? But truth be told, we know that the consumer's numb.
Yeah.
And we know that the consumer just asking for the emotional. So I want to share something with you that I learned the other day, which really impacted us. And so here's some words of advice for our clients, for our audience members. If you're out there and you want to understand the emotional state, ask yourself these, just reflect yourself. When you're doing business with somebody, when you're interacting in a transaction or in a relationship, you want to convert that transaction into a relationship, right? Yeah. That's why I tell everybody, I said, listen, advisors, your responsibility, or parts people, whatever facets of business that you perform in, it's very simple. You want to transfer transaction into relationship.
Yep.
Right? That's why I used to tell people all the time. I'm like, listen, you're not my customer, you're my client.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're my client. And that means that we're going to build a long-term relationship together, and we're going to take care of one another, and I'm going to be there for you when necessary.
Yeah.
Right? Like I used to say, look, you have your attorney in your phone, you have your doctor in your phone, you have your accountant in your phone, you have all the integral people. Because I'm going to be your car guy. I want to be in your phone.
Yeah.
Right? Because I want you to rely on me.
Yep.
Right? So when I looked at that, I heard this thing, which I thought was absolutely incredible. It says the 4 most emotional outcomes for customers. The 4 most emotional outcomes for customers. And they go in order, because I think it's genius. Number 1, when I'm doing business, or you're doing business with somebody, G-Man, and you're looking for a solution, first thing you want to know is, how good are they at that?
Yeah,
First thing is,
what a simple thing we overlook all the time.
How good are they? And so when you're taking your car to a dealership, an OEM, right? Yeah. The first thing you're looking at is, look, if I'm going to the dealership, I expect to have
the pinnacle,
to be the best.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like when I'm going to go to the doctor, right, and I'm going to go to a high profile, like, listen, top 5 hospital in the country. Yeah. Like if I'm going to go get some kind of work, I'm going to go to the Mayo Clinic, right? I'm going to go to somewhere like that. I'm going to go to Johns Hopkins.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So when you have a certain level of expectation.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to the best, right? The funny thing is once I've made that decision that I'm going to come to the dealer, I'm going to come and go to the best, you're supposed to be factory trained, all the things and jargon that we've been fed, right? All right, I picked you for accuracy. You can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fundamental thing, right? Number 2 thing they look for, the next thing is, how available are you for me?
Yeah.
When can I see you?
Yeah. Are you
when
on your
can you
own?
solve my problem?
Yeah. Am I at the behest of your schedule?
Right. Or are you available for me?
Yeah. Are you creating a problem for me because now I have to fit in?
Right.
Or yeah.
I mean, we had the conversation today. We had this conversation today. We're talking. I'm like, one of the things that's been a huge setback is we put all these rules and barriers and things that don't allow people to come see us.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, imagine yourself, and I said this the other day, imagine yourself going to Target and you're at the door going, oh, I'm sorry, sir. We're only doing blonde hair, red hair people today.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing today.
Yep.
Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow, your dark hair, gray hair, we'll take care of you.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that long ago we were talking about we can only have so many waiters a day.
Yeah.
And now it's like, we just want people. I don't care.
We don't care. Like, come in, right?
Let's figure it out.
Right?
Like, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
So
Get over here.
Though, like, by emotional states, when can I come in? Like, when are you available for me?
Exactly.
Right? Same, that lady, she knew I could get a next day a loaner appointment. I'm going to come see you. I'm going to give you my business. I'm going to come to you. Availability.
Yeah.
Right? Number three. an emotional state, right? Emotional outcomes for customers. Number 3 is partnership. Can I trust you? I know you're the expert.
This is deep. It's good shit.
I know you came and saw me, right? I know that you were available for me. The next question I have is, can I trust you?
Yeah.
Can I build a partnership
Are you on my
with
side?
you? Right. Are you on my side? Are you here to take care of me?
Yeah.
Right? And so when you look at it that way, it's super simple. It's that mentality I started the whole thing with. I'm converting customers into clients.
Yeah.
I want to be in your phone because I'm working on that. That's all I'm working on.
Yeah.
I'm working on my own longevity. I want to make sure I last for a long time. I want to make sure I can feed my own family. In order for me to do that, I got to build relationships.
Yeah.
I got to have those people to depend on me. At the end of the day, all I want you to say is, I don't deal with anybody else when it comes to cars than J.
Yeah.
Single
You know,
J.
I used to work with this advisor, and he used to do this interesting thing. We had these desks, right? And like, imagine just like a kind of a rectangular standard desk, right?
Yeah.
But on the end of the desk was like a round, almost like a little conference table.
Okay.
And the customers would sit at the round end, right?
Yeah.
And so you'd have like kind of the work section and the top section of the desk. And so what he would do is he would get out of his chair and he'd come around the round part and sit next to the customer.
Genius.
And I remember asking George, why do you do that? And he goes, I'm on their side.
Yeah.
Oh, like, God dang. That's
so good.
I mean, yeah, such a simple, but he's like physically getting up and getting on their side.
Bro.
And he could
genius.
sell icicles to Eskimos. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's right. I want a partnership. I want to know you're with me. I don't want to work against you. It's not you against me trying to get this thing done. Like, I want somebody that cares about what I have going on. And it doesn't really matter what I'm buying.
I agree.
I want somebody gives it. You know, and it's funny. I buy stuff from Amazon constantly, and we buy like 90% of what we get from Amazon. 90% of stuff we buy, and I buy it because I'm not even talking to a real person, but I know they got my back. I can return it. I don't have to pay. I don't have to have any weird questions. I just return it, and I can go to Whole Foods and I don't even have to pack it up anymore. I just give it to them.
Bro, that is so genius about what you just said, because I'm going to tell you right now. Perfect example about how Amazon uses the same emotional outcome for customers. One, they're going to show you what the product is. They're going to show you what to expect. They're going to show you all facets of it. They're going to show a bunch of pictures, right? That's the accuracy of it, right? Availability. How soon can I get it to you? How soon can you bring it to me? 2-day shipping, right? Remember 2-day shipping, right? Then you create a partnership. Have an account. Create an account with us. We're going to create this partnership. You'll have access to it whenever you want. We will be there for you, right? Leads into number 4. The number 4 emotional outcome for customers is, once you've done the first 3, you now have permission to give advice.
Wow, that's strong.
Now you have permission to give advice. And so what happens is, and this is where Amazon comes in, imagine everything you buy, they then tell you, most of these people buy this thing.
Oh, my God.
Buy this other thing. Bundle it. Buy more.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's a really good idea.
People who bought this buy that.
Buy that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, based on your purchases. You might be interested in this.
So now they're providing the advice.
Yeah. And I'm like, you're right. I might want that.
I do like that. Right? Right? I mean, it's such a simple model. It's the 4 things, right? So let me go over that again. Number 1 is accuracy. They know if you are the expert, they want it to be accurate, that you're going to fix it.
Yeah.
Number 2 is, how are you available for me? Right?
Yeah.
Number 3, can we build a partnership? Can I trust you? Can I trust you? Right? And number 4 is, once I have those 3 things, I will take your advice.
Yeah.
You'll be me. Yeah. You're my advisor.
So right now, if you want to win today, like if you're like, I'm feeling a pinch. I want to get like go to those 4.
Those 4.
And just start to execute on those
That's
4.
it. Just the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
The simplicity of it. And if you're a manager, if you're a leader, I would challenge you to challenge your people. But like, give me an example of a time we're going to be accurate. We're going to fix cars right. We're going to fix them right. I'll give you. Guess what? The BDC's told everybody next day appointment.
Yeah.
We're going to be available. We're going to be available. Now it's your job for the partnership. It's your job to build the trust. And how are you going to do that? You're going to do proper walkarounds. You're going to do proper communication. You're going to make sure that they're well informed. You're going to use the tools necessary to keep them in the loop of what's important for them.
Yeah.
Right? And then you will get the permission to ask for the additional recommended items.
Yep.
It's just that simple, man. It's that simple.
Boom. Do it. Go execute now.
I know, right?
Felix has to drop the mic moment. Yeah.
What else are you going to say?
I don't know. Like, honestly.
Next question is, how do I incorporate this to single J's tactics, dude? I need the 4 levels
Well,
of
bro,
emotional.
the one thing I'll tell you is you're available.
For sure, bro. For sure.
You're open 24/7, my friend.
Dude, single J at jdicoaching.com. Single J at honestly, I'm gonna try to find. I'm gonna ask Blake if he can hook me up with like a text message thing, like they do with the other people. Like just send text messages to this. Can you imagine that, dude? That'd be amazing. I would love that. Yeah, dude. Here's number.
Single J 414.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Just all you got to do is put your just drop a pin. Let me know where you're at. I'll come find you.
Seriously. 555. Call Jay.
I don't even need your name. Just drop a
don't
pin.
Yeah. Give me Jay.
If I'm
something
in
like that. I don't know, dude. We'll figure something out.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a monster. We've created a monster.
Anyway, we get the point. The point is, right? The times are changing. Things are changing. What are we going to do to adapt? What are we going to do to execute? We go back to the basics. We do the things that we need to do. We need to ensure that we're proactive, communicative, non-app bearing.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And just go to the fundamentals of just providing
back to
what
the beginning.
we are.
Yeah, we know what works. Grab a pencil and a piece of paper and ditch the software and get out there. Like it's not the next app's going to make you successful. Right? I mean, when we're dealing with high volumes and everything, text to drive and all this stuff that's out there, it's like it helps you manage it. But now, if you got time, pick up the dang phone.
I agree.
Call them.
All right, G-Man. Check them out.
I'm going to take us out. Let's, think about it. Great episode. We really appreciate you guys tuning into this episode of Hard Shop Life. Of course, we do this for you. Like it's your ears that makes us want to do this. We don't advertise. There's nothing on here. We're really just trying to give back to this community that's given so much to us, and we love this business, and we want to just keep giving back and continue to watch it thrive. So if you like the show, you get something out of it, then please subscribe, hit the follow button, and remember we got best of episodes coming out every week. We got 52, 55 episodes in the can. They're all coming out. So if you don't hit that, you're not going to get all the latest content. You want to be aware of that. Make sure that you get notified everything that's coming out.
Bring it.
Absolutely. And we, again, thank you, and we'll see you on the next episode of Hard Shop Life.
We out.